Welcome to Phoenix Radio with Illenium. In your speakers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have tuned into the sounds of Illenium. Is Phoenix Radio.
What's up, everyone? This is Illenium, and you're tuned in to Phoenix Radio. Welcome back.
In the mix on Phoenix Radio with Illenium.
Blame Myself with Tori Kelly is the intro track. This track came together probably the first of all the songs. I was sent a demo from Emily Warren, who's a songwriter who is an awesome friend and really, really talented. She sent me a demo I don't know, this was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and it I really loved the vocal, but I never really got anywhere with the instrumental. And when quarantine hit, I kind of revisited it and totally scrapped everything I had, restarted, and it kind of just grabbed me so hard. And it was like this really cool, ballad, but also really reminded me of a lot of other stuff that I love with rocky sounds. And then when I was working on the drop, the little lead that comes in just sold me completely, and I fell in love with the song, and I felt like it was just perfect because I made it first, and also because I feel like it really blends a lot of the sounds that I really love right now, and so love it.
What did I say? What do you want? I swear I'll make it up. Oh my gosh, what have I done? Pain in my chest, can't get to sleep in these cold and empty sheets. Where did you go? Why did you leave? Lie to me, it would help. Just lie to me, say you found someone else. Lie to me, it would help. Just lie to me, say you found someone else. So I don't blame myself. So I don't blame myself. So I don't blame myself. Moving too fast, calling it love. Was I just not enough? Nothing makes sense, it don't add up. Slamming the door, not saying a word. It just keeps getting worse. I'm not okay, honest, it hurts. Lie to me, it would help. Just lie to me, say you found someone else. Lie to me, it would help. Just lie to me,
Heavenly Side with Matt Mason came about a couple months into quarantine when I was like totally in the zone and making a ton of music. And once I heard the demo, it was pretty significantly different in the intro, but it still had a somewhat similar groove and stuff when the chorus came in, and that just like blew me away. So I started kind of redoing it and kind of made the intro much more emotional and kind of like escape, it made me feel more totally just like escape the current situation that was going on, and very introspective words and just kind of like really honest. It was like a brutally honest song, and Matt absolutely just killed the writing on it, and I kind of transformed it into a little bit more of a journey with like that ending drop just like absolutely hits me and really goes from honest, true to yourself to just hopeful and it's okay kind of vibe. So I love how that transformed.
I've got an anger problem, I've got a selfish need. I like to burn my focus just to watch my true colors bleed. I've got a taste for failure, I find it in everything. But I heard the voice inside you say I could be more than me. You can let go if you want to, 'cause I love you all the same. It's a long way down from here, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. And I killed myself last year, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. If you want me. It's a long way down from here, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. And I killed myself last year, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. Don't you let go. Don't you let
Get ready for Illenium.
Fragments was a song that I started, and I pretty much got the bones and like the gist of the song within one night of just going so hard for like 14 hours straight, probably more actually. But that song was really just, I felt like I missed some like of the old kind of trance EDM sounds, but I didn't want to do the typical like trance house vibe, and I felt like it was at a tempo that was very different, and it kind of feels like floaty, but with these like really electronic sounds with the melody that I'm just obsessed with, that just was stuck in my head for forever, mixed with the vocal, which is just absolutely like takes me away immediately. We had a demo first, and then Natalie came in and just like destroyed it. She made it definitely up a few notches. It sounds perfect. I love that song. It's so easy for me to listen to, and Natalie was such a pleasure to work with. It was awesome.
I would've waited for you there. I already waited for forever. Carry the weight of all your bad habits. You can pretend that you don't care. I know you hate the way it happened. Whatever's left of what we had is
Sideways was a song that, Nurko and I had been talking about doing a collab for a while now. I've been a fan of his stuff, and we had kind of thrown a couple, vocals back and forth, and just hadn't been really like hooked on something. And then I got, through my management, I got the Valerie Broussard demo, which was just a piano ballad, and I was like, this is just an absolute emotional vibe banger of a vocal. She just totally took my breath away with her, voice plus the lyrics. Everything was just there. It was ready to go. So I sent the vocal to Nurko to see if he wanted to work on it, and then I kind of got the bones going, and I got the intro into a really basic drop. And then Nurko went back and did 4 different drop structures, and then I kind of heard one that was almost there, and then we went back 2 more times, and then it was it was pretty simple in terms of a collab. That's pretty fast, and so they're just amazing artists and amazing singer and amazing producer. It was fun.
Welcome to Phoenix Radio with Illenium.
Hey, on the dashboard, I can see that your heart is breaking. I wish I could fast forward. Take all your pain and erase it. Feet on the ground, feet on the ground. Even when we're upside down, round and around, we'll never fall in out. If the world is going sideways, I know my place is here with you. When all our good nights turn to dark days, I know I'll stay next to you. When your hope's gone, can barely hold on. When your sky is running out of blue. When the world is going sideways, I'll be sideways. Sideways here with you. Oh, sideways here with you.
When I first got the demo first time, I was just hooked. That chorus was stuck in my head. I felt like it was, a really cool pop punk sound, but done in a current, more current way. And I feel like the demo was so cool, and I kind of brought a lot more guitars into it. And I didn't, there's like barely any synths in that whole song. I don't even know if there's any synths in that whole song, which was kind of fun for me to do. And it was like, it felt like a song I used to listen to with more updated, drums and stuff like that. And then, working with Ian was extremely simple. He's so talented and just brought his voice and his vibe, and it really like took it from just a straight pop punk song to like totally something new and refreshing and even more addicting to listen to for me. So it was really simple, and Ian was a pleasure to work with. It was super fun.
I know that we haven't met, but I know your vibe. Always skipping a step, cause I really don't mind. It's like you've been in my bed a couple thousand times. Now we're at it again for the very first time. Hello stranger, I don't know your name, but I recognize your energy. A breath taker, you give me deja vu, this is feeling like a memory, yeah. Your lips look so familiar, and I don't know if this is real, just a liquor, but this feeling is major. It might sound a little strange, cause I know that we haven't met, but I know your vibe. Always skipping a step, cause I really don't mind. It's like you've been in my bed a couple thousand times. Now we're at it again, I know that we haven't met, but I know your vibe. Always skipping a step, cause I really don't mind. It's like you've been in my bed a couple thousand times. Now we're at it again for the very first time. For the very first time. For the very first time. Am I being cliche, saying that you're probably from a dream I had? I will put you on replay. You're the TV show on marathoning all damn weekend. Babe, I can't lie, it kinda creeps me out. How you say what's on my mind before it leaves my mouth. Yeah, it's hard for me to explain. I know it probably sounds strange. I know that we haven't met, but I know your vibe. Always skipping a step, cause I really don't mind. It's like you've been in my bed a couple thousand times. Now we're at it again. I know that we haven't met, but I know your vibe. Always skipping a step, cause I really don't mind. It's like you've been in my bed a couple thousand times. Now we're at it again for the very first time. 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 We're at it again. We're at it again. We're at it again.
Illenium in your speakers.
You and Me with Sasha Sloan started, that song had a lot of evolution. I've been a huge Sasha fan for a minute. She's like one of the best songwriters that I listen to, and I know, and her vibe is just so soft and sweet and like easy to listen to. And so we started with a very simple guitar riff that I had made at early quarantine, just messing around one night, and we wrote like a very rough version of this song on a Skype call, and we were just chatting back and forth, and it was like super, the chorus kind of came first, and it was like we knew the chorus was something really cool. It was just this, the whole song is just about escape, and like, and that's not a bad thing. People take that negatively, but it's so refreshing for some people, and like, it's needed, in my opinion, for people to, really experience the moment more. And so it started with just a guitar riff. I tried so hard to make something off that guitar riff, but it was a weird progression, and it was really chill. And so I pretty much scrapped the whole instrumental and just tried writing something new for to the vocal. And I came up with that really addictive lead that I really liked, that's just really catchy, and then more guitars, and then we ended up rewriting the pre, and then it kind of just made itself from there. I was, going super hard in the studio for hours and hours, and that song came to be after a while of tweaking, but it was sweet.
Somewhere on the west coast, living on the ocean, with palm trees in the yard. Or maybe somewhere in the mountains, living in a cabin where life ain't all that hard. We could run away together, baby, let's get away fast. We could run away forever, baby, let's never look back. Let's leave the world behind us, a place that can't be found. Go somewhere only we know, nothing can stop us now. Let's leave the world behind us, a place they'll never see. Go somewhere only we know, somewhere for you and me. Somewhere in the desert, living in the valley, where all the stars come out. Or maybe somewhere in the country, in the middle of nowhere, with no one else around. We could run away together, baby, let's get away fast. We could run away forever, baby, let's never look back. Let's leave the world behind us, a place that can't be found. Go somewhere only we know, nothing can stop us now. Let's leave the world behind us, a place they'll never see. Go somewhere only we know, somewhere for you and me.
Nightlight was probably, I made Nightlight around the same time I made Blame Myself, and Nightlight, Annika sent me a voice recording on her phone that was just, the first part of the verse and chorus, and then I was like messing with the voice recording on my phone, not on my phone, on my computer, and was like, what if you did this like ooh thing right over that? And then I was like, yeah, that is the coolest thing ever. And then I made that song in like 2 days. Really, I was just like obsessed. Let's go. Because that was that moment where I feel like it's really cool and kind of groovy at the first, and then it just turns into this like open, like ballad-esque, and then guitars coming in. I feel like it's just a really sick blend, and Annika's a homie first, and like she's so easy to work with forever. So it was awesome.
I could run, I could cry, I could plead, I could say it's never gonna get any better and leave. I could throw my hands up, I could fall to my knees, I could tell myself I'm strong enough to
give all the love that I need, but I still need you to ease my load. Hold me when the lightning strikes. Lead me home when I don't know which way is right. Love me when it's hard. I promise that I'm not leaving from your side. And when I fall apart, promise in the dark, you'll be my nightlight.
Counting down to Illenium.
You'll be my nightlight. Ooh, you'll be my nightlight. You'll be my
The Hearts on Fire with Dabbin' and Lights started as this guitar riff. This person that I follow on Instagram called Chief Whitetail did this guitar riff that I was obsessed with, and I ended up like kind of learning it and making a really rough, terrible version of it, while I also hit him up and I was like, this is an amazing guitar riff, can I incorporate it in a song? And he was like super down, super stoked. We got the whole thing figured out, and I sent it to Lights. Lights then did, like, this was just a guitar riff at the time. Lights did like a little bit of like structuring and ideas. I got the first like little demo vocal, and then I was like, Dabbin', this is pretty sick, and I feel like we could crush it. It's in 3/4, it's different, and it's like definitely gonna feel like a ballad. And he came into the studio and we pretty much just like went for it in like really fast. We got pretty much the whole first part. It did go through some evolution though, but we ended up kind of like stripping it back a little bit more, and then, you know, keeping a pretty simple structure. But it was like, so the guitar riff in that just blows me away every time I listen to it. But yeah, I mean, Dabbin' had like some secret magic with the guitars and the, you know, the fill, the whole thing was amazing. I've never heard a fill like that in an EDM song, so it was a sick blend of rock and everything, and Lights killed it.
I miss the ways you would say you wanted me. Call me over, pull me closer, and kiss me like you and I were 17. Why does it seem like you don't remember? You call me when you're coming down, say you never let me down. Those nights you tried to calm me down, even though I know you just say that. Those are words you can't take back. This is for the hearts on fire, out of control. Boy, you gotta let it know. This is for the hearts on fire, singing aloud. Sunday my radio. I wish you could read my mind, or give me a sign, or tell me you wanted to be mine. This is for the hearts on fire, singing aloud. Sunday my radio. I wish you could read my mind, or give me a sign, or tell me you wanted to be mine. This is for the hearts on fire, singing aloud. Sunday my radio. I miss the days you would ask me anything. Say you know me, do you want me? But now you got me looking back and wondering. Maybe I act like it's nothing to me. You call me when you're coming down, say you'll never let me down.
Welcome to Phoenix Radio with Illenium.
So yeah, Lay It Down with Slander and Cruella. You know, Slander and I have been wanting to make something for so long. We've done a few ideas, but nothing really just captured both of us in a way that we felt confident. And, you know, Cruella sent both of us this vocal, and we both just kind of knew it was this, you know, a really emotional experience, and it had a story of its own. And it's like, I kept a lot of the demo, like guitars and stuff, because they were already so perfect. They like go through these chord progressions, and the vocal just works perfectly with it all. And, you know, it was very easy for me to see the structure of that song, and I kind of I really wanted to like visit some of my older sounds in that song, and it was really fun for me to like bring back just what I fell in love with in the earlier days, but also make it kind of feel fresh and new. And Slander just like brought in some like super sick drums, and you know, it's always easy to work with them. They're homies too, so it's always just super simple. We sent it back a couple times, and Cruella actually did some production stuff as well. It was really collaborative and amazing.
Lately I've been scaring myself, going through changes, but I need to let you know, maybe I'm in the dark, no lighthouse. I know I kept you waiting, but I can't do this alone. Yeah, it's a long way back, but I'm falling. I've been trying to cure my head full of toxins. I don't wanna drag you down where I'm feeling, but I don't wanna lose you now. So I'm saying I would lay my guard down for you. I would lay my guard down for you. I would lay my guard down for you. I would lay it down for you. I'm unraveling, cracking open, losing grasp of someone I used to know. Will you find me somewhere halfway? I know I kept my distance, but I can't do this alone. Yeah, it's a long way back, but I'm falling. I've been trying to cure my head full of toxins. I don't wanna drag you down where I'm feeling, but I don't wanna lose you now. So I'm saying I would lay my guard down for you. I would lay my guard down for you. I would lay my guard down for you. I would lay it 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 down for you.
So Losing Patience started as I made a beat one night that was, I've been making like a couple hip hop beats here and there that are just fun with a guitar riff and drums, and I sent it to Joe Nothing Nowhere, and he pretty much took it in like a few weeks and had the basic whole thing structured out. I took the stems back, I tweaked the drums for the hip hop part a little bit, and then I kind of struggled to like transition into a more electronic like sound, and I feel like the build now really feels like something's coming and it's more expected, which is nice, because that was tricky for a little bit, but I feel like just the genre switching up in that song is so cool. It kind of like definitely hits you out of nowhere, but it feels really good. And that one bass kind of main sound in the drop was definitely unique and something I haven't done before. So it was really fun.
I got everything I wanted and some more. I think I was better off when I was broke. Took my younger days for granted, now it haunts me. I'm just trying to live and the devil keep trying to taunt me. Big dream, small town, grew up too fast. Never stop to look around while I do that. I know it isn't safe, I'm looking out the rear view. Know if I don't stop that I'ma crash, but I still do. Yeah, said you wanted to change, said you wanted the fame. Losing more than you gain, all you got was some pain. Look your younger self in the eyes and tell me if he wouldn't know that you've been living a lie. Damn.
To Illenium.
In My Mind is a song that Helene sent me a little while ago, and I was kind of just sitting on it, not really knowing what to do, and also being with like a bunch of other projects that I was working on. And then I revisited the vocal randomly one night. I was like, this is just amazing. This is so good. So I hit her up asking if it was still available. She sent me stems, and I just like started working on it and kind of realized I feel like it could go in more of like a melodic dubstep with a heavy side. And I hit Jeff Excision up and I sent him the song and he loved it. And I kind of like just started working on a bunch of this ideas. It kind of has like a trance-ish element with a lot of symphonic and orchestral like build and stuff like that, and the drums, Excision's drums are just nuts all the time. I feel like they're so sick. It was just a song that kind of made itself. I feel like the first drop, it is like I had some synths in there, and then I feel like they're very different sounding though. It was really fun, and the lead that kind of happened accidentally but is awesome just came together, and then the heavy drop, it was just a fun song to make. Those are those fun like production songs that you just get really intricate with, and you get to experiment more with. So it's always fun to work with Jeff. We work really well together, so it was sick.
Like a faded memory, you'll always have a piece of me. I almost gave you everything and more. Fell for you like pouring rain, but somehow we got washed away. There's something that my heart's still waiting for. I will
Paper Thin, you know, if you asked me a year ago what my top bucket list singer to work with, it would probably be Tom DeLonge, because, you know, his work with Angels and Airwaves, plus his work with Blink-182, it's just like by far one of my favorite vocalists of all time. And we had the demo version of Paper Thin that I had worked on was somewhat similar, that we sent to him, and he was like, I was like so surprised that he was down, but I was so excited, and he was like, I'm gonna switch up the verse. And for a second I thought he was just gonna switch up like some melodies and stuff, and he sent me back like brand new instrumental to the verse, and like he added so much cool stuff, and not only vocally but like with his Angels and Airwaves, you know, with that sound of guitar, and like it was just such a happy, you know, thing to. So I was such like a little kid in the studio listening to, like, I was like, I can't believe I have a song with this guy. And he turned out to just be the nicest guy ever. And it was such a cool experience. Just, and I love this song. I feel like it's one of those songs that I can listen to chillin', but also play out, that's just like really slaps. And it's just a really cool blend.
Welcome to Phoenix Radio with Illenium.
I see you at the windowsill. The rain, it won't stop. The air's so chill. I never heard the words you said. The phone, it can't ring if the heart is dead. You carry around your box of glass with wounds so sharp that they cut too fast. Running when the sky comes down, growing more cracks when you can't be found. Took your heart and made it mine. Do my best to justify it. Call it pleasure, but it feels like pain. So how we let it get this way? Your broken heart was just like mine. We built these walls and hid inside it. I said I would never let you in, and now you know I'm paper thin. Maybe I'll just let you down, but look at those eyes, I'm thinking too loud. Maybe I'll just bide my time, so when it feels right, you can be mine. Didn't know it'd be so late, drinking all night and numbing that shame. Guessing I'll be careful now, I'm holding your past, I'll carry you out. Took your heart and made it mine. Do my best to justify it. Call it pleasure, but it feels like pain. So how we let it get this way? Your broken heart was just like mine. We built these walls and hid inside it. I said I would never let you in, and now you know I'm paper thin. Don't lie to us, don't lie to us, don't hide from us, or anything or anyone, it will make me spin. And now you know I'm paper thin.
So Crazy Times, Crazy Times, if people were watching my Twitch a little bit ago, a year ago, Trevor and I were in the studio and we got the bass structure of Crazy Times on Twitch, and there's like YouTube videos out there. It pretty much just started out with Trevor being in the piano room, and he was playing some chords, and we were just like, let's go with it. And then we recorded some acoustic guitars, we brought the drums in, and then we had, you know, the bass structure and it was really fun to do it on Twitch. It's hard to do that stuff because as a producer, you go through a lot of bad ideas before having a good idea. And that's kind of hard to do in front of thousands of people to make a lot of bad ideas. And so I'm grateful that we got something that we really felt really excited about and turned into something that I'm really proud of. Especially, we worked with Rock Mafia, who I worked with on Take You Down. We sent them a super rough, pretty much the Twitch version of the song. And they just wrote an absolutely intense ballad that I was like, wow, floored. Both Trevor and I were like, holy crap. So then we finished the song out. We added a drop to the end, which just still gives me chills every time I listen to it.
It's so hard to find some peace of mind in these crazy times. Eyes open wide, so fucking blind in these crazy times. My foundation's been rocked, but I keep showing up, even though sometimes I wanna die. I'm sorry I feel that way, and I know I'm not alone, but God, I feel so lonely sometimes. Am I crazy? Am I in these crazy times? I don't wanna lie here, tortured by my thoughts. I cry tears, but I feel almost nothing. I fear I'm always gonna feel I'm paralyzed in these crazy times. In these
Phoenix Radio.
So Brave Soul is a really personal song for myself and for Emma. So one of my best friends, Jordan, who I've known for about 10 years, Jordan has always told me that his sister is a singer, and I've never heard, and his sister is Emma. I had never heard Emma sing, but Emma and Jordan unfortunately lost a brother to an overdose about 2 years ago, and they were both really struggling, and Jordan and I both know how easy it is to slip into that, and so it was an amazing experience to have Emma come over, and unplanned, we got in the studio. Trevor was here too, and we just started writing this song. The piano was recorded here, the vocals were recorded here, and it kind of just turned into this healing, beautiful process. And Emma is just an absolutely insane singer, it turns out, which is so cool. She's so good, and she killed it, and it was really just exactly what I love about music. So it's cool.
I couldn't sleep all last night. It's been 2 years since you left my life. Oh, I know you're stuck on the other side, but I hope this time that you'll finally say goodbye. But for now, I'll sing the songs that'll rip you from my memories. Sometimes I wanna forget. Here's to your brave soul. You fought but you lost hold, and now I'm alone to face the truth. You left me broken, shattered to pieces, and how can I go on without you? life, and you stay on my mind all the time. Now I will never say goodbye. From now on, I'll sing the songs that'll keep you in my memories. I hope I won't forget. Here's to your brave soul. You fought but you lost hold, and now I'm alone to face the truth. You left me broken, shattered to pieces, and how can I go on without you? And I know you're shining ever so brightly. Won't you lead me through the night? Here's to your brave soul. I'm trying to go on without you. I'm trying to go
That's all the time we have today on Phoenix Radio. Hope you guys are staying safe and doing well. Miss you guys, and I hope we can see each other soon. Peace.